G'day and welcome back to another video. Today's video, as you've probably told from the title, is an overview of the PB12 Tactical. It's not a review, but we'll show you what the differences are between that and the base model. Alright, so you're not going to really see my head in this video. Thank fuck for that, right? I'm just going to show you the gun and we're just going to point out a few things, have a bit of a wee chat, make a conclusion at the end, and then we'll get the fuck on with it, right? Alright, let's turn around. Here we have a dust shotgun. So, really, what have they done? Obviously, your receiver is all exactly the same, your gas system's the same, your magazine is the same. This is the 20-inch barrel version, and then they've added a fucking tactical bloody choke, which we'll talk about in a second. They've added on this honkin' big single piece shroud thing at the front, which has got all of the pick rail, and then we've got this buttstock, which is actually a bit shit. So let's start with the buttstock. Now you can see from the angle of the dangle, it's a bit fucking odd, right? And it comes with these iron sights that when you get the irons, you can't get your head to look through the sights because of how low the stock is. So they've added this stupid comb riser thing, which is really, really flimsy. And it actually slaps you in the face a fair bit when you're using that. It's just, you don't get a very good cheek weld. It's just not nice, okay? So the butt thing is a bit poo. The butt pad is also a bit shite. It's really hard and it's very thin compared to the other ones, which are very similar to this Adler one here, where the recoil pad is actually fairly good. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool, I guess, if you're into it. I'm not particularly, but you know, it is what it is. Obviously, we've got a pistol grip on this version, which is cool if you're into it. There you go. Let's have a look at these bloody sights, eh? There you go. You've got a post with wings at the front, which is adjustable for elevation. You have a ghost ring at the back, which is adjustable for windage. It's very flimsy. It's plastic. It is what it is. Your, as I said, receiver. I was saying, as you said, a fucking lot in this video, right? Receiver, nothing changed from the original PB12, all right? So it's as you know it. Go and watch another review on the PB12 itself if you want to know about how it works and reliability and all that jazz, because nothing else has changed. Right, here's our big honker handguard. So pick rail, the full length, as I said, is one piece. We've got pick rail on the sides, pick rail on the bottom, and then pick rail here as well, which is kind of a bit odd. So I don't know what the bloody hell you would attach there. I wouldn't put a grip there. Might be a little bit odd considering you got to have your thumb on that to fire it. So I'm not too sure. For loading, it can get in the way. So when you're, let's say you're doing a quad load or a double load and you're holding your shells like that. In fact, here's two empties. Holding your shells like that, and you go to jam them in, the first thing your hand's gonna do after those shells go in is go, ha, motherfucker, right into that pick rail. So it's in a bit of a weird spot. Yeah, not particularly a fan of that. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, you can put torches and lasers and all sorts of fancy bloody things on it. Now, let's talk about this. I don't know, to me it's just a bit of a fucking wanky thing. You don't really need it. It looks cool, and I guess that's what you guys are all into, just fucking looking cool. PB12 Tac. There are a few things on this that the owner of this shotgun wants changed. So the owner of this shotgun has fired 20 shells through it. 10 of one load and 10 of another. He did have some misfeeding issues or some cycling issues with the lighter loads, which I believe were 28 grams. The 7.5 shot, whatever the light loads were, he fired. It failed to cycle a couple of times. but the majority of the time it did work. Now, I have heard from other people that the rubber O-ring that is in here, if you change that, you can run the lighter loads because the O-ring's a little bit sloppy. So take that information as you will. He doesn't particularly like the buttstock, and he also complained about that cheek riser being a bit flimsy and shit and slapping him in the face when trying to use the flip-up sights. Doesn't particularly like where this is, particularly because of how he loads. Now, he quad loads, so for him that is an issue. If you are not loading in that style, it's probably not an issue for you, so therefore a moot point. One other feature I forgot to point out before, which is actually pretty good, is it already has the loading port cut. Now, most other shotguns, that's going to be a little less steep, and now that allows you for quicker loading. But so that's set up for doing quick loads, but then they've put this honker here to get in the way of your hand anyway. So yeah, not the greatest in the world, hey. But anyway, it is what it is. These retail for about $18.50-ish, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on the time of your viewing the video and what is going on in the trade at the moment. I don't really know what else to bloody show you on this. You know what you know what it is, you know what it does. It's a Buckmaster, it's a PB12. You've probably seen other reviews before, so I just thought I'd give you the rundown on the TAC version as it is, straight from the factory, before this gets teared down and a couple of things done to it to make it a little bit more appealing for IPSC shooting. So there you have it. I hope you got something out of the video. I hope it was kind of informative. As I said, not a review, because there's a million bloody reviews out there on the PB12 as it is. The gun doesn't change, the furniture's changed. Doesn't really warrant a full review. Doesn't warrant going out and showing you shooting it, because it's exactly the same as the other PB12. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video, and hooroo.